Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo, and this is a MeWe Awakening panel for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest. We're starting again in the fall of this year, and we have tons of events online. This is clearly one of our online events. This is an Awakening panel on mediumship. We have 7 practitioners that will be here tonight answering your questions on mediumship or really on anything. We have all sorts of modalities that we practice in addition to mediumship, and we're happy to answer questions on really just about any topic. And let's see, it just seems like it's been days since I ran a panel and I've been so focused on my live fairs coming up. How do I do this again? So it's free to be here to listen and learn. So it's great that so many of you are here. And then if you'd like to ask a question of the panel, it's a small price. I'm going to put that information in the chat again too. It's 16 to 24 sliding scale. It's $10 for BIPOC. We've got 3 people in line already. We've got, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce your name right. It's Nancelia, Melissa, and Karina are all in line. We're excited to get to your questions, and we'll have time to answer more questions as well. Possibly all the practitioners will answer a question. Most of them will at a minimum. And yeah, so you'll get to hear lots of responses to your question from all sorts of different directions. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the practitioners introduce themselves first. And practitioners, go ahead and share about mediumship as part of your work. Most of you do mediumship as part of it. So go ahead and talk about all those things, all your modalities and mediumship. And then we'll be answering questions. Great. And I know Shelley's getting back in right now. Okay, great. Nadia, I'll get you in line. All right, let's see. How about let's have Cindy go first this time, and then Susy and Donna, and then Sally. And then we'll get Shelley in here too.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yay, technology is working.
Thank you, John.
All right, great, Shelley.
The shadow's firstborn.
Great. Just tip it down so we can see your face, and I'm going to just mute you for now. And then,
thank you, bye-bye.
Great. All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cindy McGonagle. I'm a psychic medium, and I use my mediumship talents to help people connect not only with the other side of their ancestors in spirit, but also with pets on the other side. And lately on Clubhouse, if you're on Clubhouse, I host a room called Grow Your Intuition and another club called Animal Communicators. And in both those clubs, I welcome you to practice your skills, becoming the intuitive that you truly are, and to realize that animals now are stepping up as our teachers. The solar eclipse is happening. You're probably feeling a lot more energy going forward, and you're recognizing that you are beautiful souls moving forward. I live in Southern California, and I'm here to help accelerate you, providing you with a catalyst that I send through my voice and through my readings to awaken you. I'm Cindy McGonagle, and I'm grateful to be here. We have a great panel. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Cindy. I think let's see, we probably said Susy next. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, you sure did. Hi, I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing. I am a channel, an energy healer, a guide, and I came into mediumship pretty much because I needed to. My dad had passed, and there were so many questions I had for him that I needed to get sorted out. So I'm one of those mediums who I argue with some of the guides that come through. Not ashamed of it. I think it's part of the relationship. And as a channel, I encourage you to develop your relationship with your guide so that you can work with them on your own terms, get the information you need that's most useful to you so that you can grow. I'm an energy healer. And I have a podcast called Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. It's on Transformation Talk Radio, Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music. And it's there that I look at topics that are intriguing me at the moment. So there's a lot of meditation. There's a lot of metaphysical topics there. Now that I think on it, I have not hit on mediumship yet. I'm still, okay, thanks for the idea already. So you can find me at bluelightninghealing.com, and my email is Susy@bluelightninghealing.com, and that's SUSY. Looking forward to having a wonderful panel, yet another wonderful panel with these fabulous practitioners and helping you grow and learn what you need to know, getting those lessons you can use to help you progress. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Susy. All right, let's see. I think we have Donna next. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name's Donna Sauer. I'm an animal energy healer, an animal communicator. Also do divine purpose of your animal with you. And I do mediumship with animals that have crossed over. I hope that I can help you tonight with any pets that may have crossed over, if you want messages from them or you are concerned about them. And anybody here in the panel can help you with your mediumship questions. I have been trained in biology. I have Lakota healing traditions in my background. I'm also a Reiki master. And so all of these things come together. I might mention too also that recently I was given from spirit guides, downloaded all of the chakras on trees and plants. So I have been working with that and thinking about what kinds of things can be used to communicate with the trees and allow them to be healed. I have done healing of a person's roses. They got sprayed by the neighbors. So I did a healing and suggested a few things, and in a week or so they came back to life. So that was cool. So everything's connected. Every bit of energy in the universe is here vibrating tonight. We're not here by mistake. We've all come together for a good purpose, and I hope that you will enjoy yourself this evening. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks so much, Donna. All right, Sally, and then we'll have Shelley go. Go ahead, Sally.
Hi, my name is Sally. I'm with Sally Spiritual Guidance. I am a psychic, intuitive tarot or oracle card reader, as well as a psychic medium. I actually use a lot of different things, charms, pendulums, the cards, the spirits, in order to bring comfort and healing or guidance in any way that for any situation that you might need. I started mediumship kind of the same way, I think, as Susy. My dad had passed. I was trying to communicate with him. And in the meantime, I was communicating with several other people. So I just am very happy to be here. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. My link tree is posted. I have an Etsy shop. I just wanted to say also about the don't feed the medium. Just when you have a medium reading with one of us, try not to tell us too much information, because we want to be authentic and we want to produce evidence so that you walk away knowing that it was a meaningful experience and not doubting your experience in any way. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy that you all are here, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much. I want to thank everyone for getting in line with questions. We actually amazingly now have 6 people in line. So I want to let you know, we go in order the best we can. If you're not ready, you're not available, then we'll pass you and come back. But if we don't get to your question tonight, we should be able to get to all 6. If we keep getting more questions and we don't get to it, we will gladly give you a refund, or we schedule a next mediumship panel at the end of this. We can put you right at the front of the line for the next panel too. It's up to you. All right, great. All right, let's see. So Shelley, go ahead, Shelley. Unmute first. Sorry, Shelley, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Hi. I am a tarot reader. And when I do my tarot readings, I combine my gift of clairvoyant. I teach people how to read the cards intuitively. I discovered my gift of mediumship and animal communication at age 7. So I can communicate with people and pets on the other side. And I'm very good with connecting with animals to find out how they feel about you and what issues that the pet has that may need to be healed. I also specialize in aura palmistry. I can see aura in the palm. And I also do chakra readings and balancing sessions with people to remove any blockage and to send healing energy where needed. And I'm available today to connect with your loved ones, whether they be people and pet, and to give you relevant messages.
Great, thanks so much. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I believe that we all see so much in each other's eyes, like eyes are a window to the soul. Yeah, I read your eyes, read your soul, and answer questions on things like life purpose, career path. If you show me photos of other people in your life they already in relationship with, I can talk about them and the relationship between the two of you. I also love to use this work for matchmaking. And with my body psychology coach, I help you listen to your body, listen to subtle nuances, get more capacity with feeling and expressing feelings, emotions, utilizing your body as a way of noticing when you're stuck, and also how to shift and how to loosen and open and express the greatness that you are and make great choices in your life. I'm not specifically a medium. I run all these MeWe events, and I might answer questions tonight depending on what the questions are. I believe we'll have another practitioner joining us tonight. It is Marya OMalley. She is a spiritual intuitive, offers readings, mediumship, and a lot of other modalities as well. I'm not yet sure where she is, and we'll be able to answer all kinds of questions if she does not appear. We're hoping that she joins us. All right, well, we've got, I guess, practitioners. Anything else you want to share about who you are and what you do, just from hearing each other? We have been on a number of panels together over the last couple of years. It's been, well, I guess really the last year as we've been doing these online, like a year and 3-4 months. This is great fun being all together. So a lot of us are back again, and we have more practitioners that'll be joining us over the next months. We got lots more panels too. All right. Yeah, practitioners, just anything else. And we just dive in. Oh, and I have not put the practitioners' information in the chat yet, so I'm going to do that next. So let's get started with the first question, I think. So is it Nancelia? Nancelia? You are next, or you're first?
Yes, Nancelia,
okay,
you said it perfectly.
Perfect, great. All right. Go ahead. What is your question? So I know you wrote some of your question. I can read it if you want, or just jump in and you can share it now.
Well, it's so crazy since the time I wrote that question to what's happened now is like completely changed.
That's fine.
So
go ahead.
I wanted to know like what is going on with my career, and I actually found a really great job that's moving me to Dallas. So I'm super stoked about that opportunity. But I also have been wanting to start this company, which is basically about artists helping other artists in exchange for equity. And so just kind of putting that whole company together, and it's really slow coming. I have zero funding. I've just been using friends and family to kind of like help maneuver as far as I'm getting. But I just kind of want to like know, is this going after? Should I, what's going on with my career? What's going on with my life? I don't know. Whatever you guys pick up on.
I'm picking up with the art. As soon as you mentioned the art, I felt that there was going to be a large group of artists. There's going to be some kind of organization. It could be the company you were referring to. I see a large organization. I see a lot of artists involved in this organization. I see you kind of networking, coordinating art shows and networking with the artists. And I saw you more involved with doing like art shows, coordinating shows for artists, and kind of being a marketing person for artists. A lot of creative people, they don't know how to market themselves. And I feel that you're very good at networking with people and marketing people and helping to bring out their talent. So I see a lot of shows. I don't feel that the business you're going to be working with is just going to be in state. It looks like there's also probably more towards like July, August, September. There seems to be some travel that is going to be coming up involving the shows, art shows. So it looks like it's going to, in July, August, September, really expand, and that there'll be artists joining the group that are not only in state, but nationwide. So I see like a large network of artists, and I see you involved with marketing, and I see you involved in doing shows. You yourself are very creative. I pick up a lot of orange around in your aura. So you yourself are really creative. So I think that you also are going to be doing your own art projects also.
That's great to hear. Yes, I am a creative.
Great. Thanks so much, Shelley. All right, we've got Susy and Sally.
I did unmute. Yay. Okay. Nanciella, as Shelley commented, you've got a very vivid aura about you, and it is very engaging. I am seeing that you're going to be drawing a lot of people to you. I came from Dallas, and I believe that you are going to be a shot in the arm for that art community. I think it's going to be very good for you. It's hot. Let me tell you, it's hot, but it has got a lot of people there who are thirsting for the kind of opportunities you're going to provide to them. I think the concept of equity is going to need to be explained to artists, because you're opening doors for them that they would not have otherwise have thought possible. Have you heard of, what is his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he has a program called Hit Record, and it's a collaborative effort. Somebody puts out an idea, it's on YouTube. Somebody puts out an idea, and then all these artists come through and create just these amazingly, sometimes they're moving, they're always compelling, but these things, and it's going to be, that's an opportunity for you. You're going to draw that sort of attention to yourself, to the organization. These are artists who are working in a collective. Dallas is going to be good. I said, I also have seen a lot of grandmother energy about you. You've got some grandmothers behind you going, this is you. This is what you need to be doing. And I don't see any of that head wagging, you know, but they are definitely pointing at you and saying, this is part of your, this is your destiny, is to bring people together. Art heals. Art is for the heart. And art helps people to connect in ways that don't require words per se, but open up hearts. And I'm beginning to choke up, I'm sorry. But it helps people open up in ways that they would not have otherwise thought valid. You are validating so many people and their art, their crafts, and who they are. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Susy. All right, Sally and then Cindy.
Hi. So I just pulled a couple of cards. I also felt female energy around you. I wasn't sure if it was a mom or a grandmother, but there's definitely, you know, very strong female presence around you. And what I got from you is that contentment sort of makes you happy. So change is a little bit like hard for you, I think, or, you know, maybe just stepping outside of what is normal for you is a little bit hard for you. And this is going to be really hard for you in terms of, you have to really put work into it. But I see you having to like email people, message people, like really get your name out there, you know, work on it. But if you start like small and steady, and increase your circle of friends, but like your kind of people, if that makes sense, you know? So you're going to need to have more of a circle, but it's like the right people. So, but when I got this death card, I just feel like you need to completely transform your way of thinking, your mindset, what is comfortable for you, and branch out into an entirely different, let the past be in the past, and, you know, a rebirth. And I just feel, again, like this circle of people is going to be so important for you, but it's got to be the right people. But I just see you're going to have to hustle, you know, you're going to have to send those messages out. You're going to have to really work hard on it. And just don't get too comfortable with one thing, you know, just keep pushing yourself. Because again, these female, I just have this very strong female person that's like, my baby can do it. She's like, I know she can do it. So that's just the message that I got. I hope that helps.
That does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sally. All right, Cindy and then Donna. Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, so the first thing that came up immediately for you was Clubhouse, and I checked and you're not on it yet. All right, is that true?
That's true. No.
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's an audio app that's brand new. It's still in the beta stage. Do you have an iPhone?
No.
Okay, they just made it available for Android users. Okay, within that framework of Clubhouse, you have the entire world at your fingertips, literally, and people will love your ideas. You have unlimited ideas. You are stepping into the collective, and you're bringing people together to be a creative expression of their soul. All right. So as I tell you these words, I want you to understand that if you can tailor some of the artwork towards body work, like tattoo art, and if you will also tailor some of the artwork towards animals, like animal art, people love to buy animal art, pets, any of that. And I see nothing but money and abundance coming to you. I hope that helps.
Thanks.
Thanks, Cindy. All right, Donna.
Hi. I had to smile because when you said you got your new job, I immediately thought, you know, when you intention something, it happens. And when you wrote your intention down for your question earlier, you intended that that's what you wanted. And guess what? Your intention was met. So I hope that you always remember that when you want something intended, and it will be fulfilled by the universe. This is what I saw, and I have no idea. I'm not an artist. I don't know even what you're talking about with equity. I don't know what you're talking about, but this is what I was shown. I was shown, do you know in a ballroom where they have those great big globes that are glittery and they're spinning? Okay, so it was kind of a subdued ballroom with one of those great big sparkly balls just quietly going around. And there were a lot of people on the floor and they were kind of walking around. It was rather quiet. And they were, I don't want to say subdued, but they were just enjoying each other. And the words I got were nurturing, trusting environment, and believing. So that all of the people that you had drawn into that room were getting and growing with those things, nurturing, trusting their environment, and believing. So you brought all of them together and allowed them to enjoy and grow in their own right with that. So good luck with you, dear. I'm proud of you. Go for it.
Thank you.
All right. All right. And let's see. So I get to see your eyes now, right? So I read your previous, what you thought your question might be, and had some ideas. And what I see in you now, like you're clearly like very social. It so makes sense to me that you're doing something that's about community, about growing and empowering community and bringing people together. So the trait that I see in your eyes, the talent is called Sage. It's about community, communication, playfulness, and fun. And so one of your secrets is that you make it really fun and playful, having everyone all together. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yes, it
So
does.
so continue just as you play with this project, continue to have it be really fun for you, right? Fun for everybody. And it's so like including everybody. And so I think it's the fun and the what comes out of all being together as a community and more of what's possible and focusing on that. So
Okay.
your energy, the bubbliness and the inclusivity and playfulness and your trust and belief in it. I think people will feel your energy and want to participate from you. And so that's why you being comfortable, really being there and letting people see you and experience you is so important to it succeeding. It's a great idea on its own for this business and letting you be part of it because you're very much the energy that makes it a party for everyone that wants to participate.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. And is this all of the panelists?
And Marya just got here. So Marya might, all right, let me get Marya up here. She just arrived, so she does not know what your question is yet, but do you want to say briefly again what it is so Marya can hear it?
Sure. So I'm wanting to start a company that's basically about artists assisting other artists in exchange for equity. And I'm moving to Dallas. I just got a new job. So there's a lot of change happening. And yeah, I just wanted to see what kind of feelings you guys get from that.
Yeah, go ahead, Marya. We've all answered. So your turn.
Have you
Go ahead.
already moved or are you thinking of moving?
I haven't moved yet. No.
You haven't? Are you definitely moving for sure?
For sure.
Yeah. I feel good about that. And I feel that you're going to land and then you're going to take some time settling into your job and your new home before you start rolling on the business, if you know what I mean. So
Okay.
it feels like you'll give yourself some time, or it'd be good to give yourself some time, once you land there. before you start feeling like you have to really rev up your involvement in creation of the business.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Just one thing. I just want, can I just say a little thing real quick? I know you guys are short on time, but
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
read with Laureli before, and you said the exact same thing to me the first time I ever read with you. You told me I was a sage, I had that energy, like the exact same thing. And this was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. Also, the woman who mentioned my grandmothers, I'm actually named after both of my grandmothers, Nancy and Celia, and both have passed. So that was a really, really amazing. So thank you guys so much. This is so wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, how great. Great. Woohoo. And it's a great, great business. Great, great of service to people. All right. All right. We've got a lot of people in line tonight. So we've got, let's see, just coming up. So we've got Melissa, Karina, Nadia, Alicia, Cynthia, Aylin, and Denise in line for questions. All right, so Melissa, let's get you up here. Oh, there you are. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Melissa. All right, what is your question?
So I don't really have a question per se, but what I can say is, I don't adapt well to change. So usually the universe has to come in and flip my world upside down to make me move. So, I'm looking for a new career and I'm looking for a new house. And I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm looking for. So I'm not comfortable with the unknown. So I'm looking for any kind of known or any kind of information that would help to relax so that I can just live today and not worry about tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, one thing I'm just going to jump in and share with you before they do all their readings. So I'm going to share a little bit of body psychology with you. So I use a map of 4 types of fear. So being uncomfortable with the unknown is the big thing that comes up for me. Let's say 2 things, but a main one is flee fear. It's how we flee out into the future instead of being right here, right now. And a technique for getting more comfortable and just being in the here now is, I'm not going to stand to do it, is to sumo. So get yourself in a sumo wrestler position in whatever way is comfortable for your body. So if you can do it standing, but whatever's comfortable for your knees and your hips, your back. And so being in this position, ground your body right here. And other things out there don't seem as scary because you're right here, right now. And you can feel that you're safe right now. And if it's not good in your body to do it in this posture, from sitting, you can just push your legs into the ground. There are all kinds of ways of doing it. So that's just something you can do all the time, anytime. Oh, you're muted, Melissa.
Just doing that makes you feel better.
Yeah, so just doing that, just simply doing that. Yeah. And then, yes, that's just one thing you can do to help you get more comfortable, because right now it's okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So practitioners, who wants to answer Melissa's question? I'll say a little bit about your eyes too while we're waiting for others. Oh yes, Susie's ready. I'll be just a moment. My sense is that one of your natural talents is called priest priestess. It's about inspiration, vision, passion, motivation. And that means that you have to believe in whatever's happening. You have to emotionally really connect with things, and you have to feel good about the way people are treated. The way all of nature, all those kinds of things, but just the way everyone is. Well, I should say that you want to feel that things are in alignment. So just trusting your own experience and your own intuition is also really important. That's always important, with any of our practitioners, what we say. But in terms of the place that you go to, you want to feel good and aligned with the place that you go. All right, we've got Susy in line and then Sally in line. Go ahead, Susy.
Hey, Melissa, thanks for sharing your concerns. Because I'm going, well, if you want to move to a new place, you send gratitude to where you've been and what you've done. But then Laureli started talking about being the priest priestess, which has an overarching view. And I got a hit that there were some past lives involved in which at first I saw you being afraid of the darkness, there were some times you were mugged from behind, so you didn't know what was there, and that shut it down. But with the priestess component in your makeup, there have been times when you were in that position of mystical authority. You were in some sort of elevated spot where you could see everything, and because it had this is destiny, this is what's fated, and you couldn't change it, that fear of not having that control came over you and has affected you. I feel that it's being, well, held in your heart where a lot of stuff is held in. There's also fear in the kidneys. I recommend using breath work and bringing them forward gently. I had a client today who was dealing with panic, and I had her bring panic in front of her. So having this fear set in front of you, so you're not dealing with it so immediately within your body, but you're looking at it in third person and having a conversation with it, whether it's in dream time or in a meditation or something like that, and talking to that past life and saying, look, we have the ability to know what's going to happen and not be afraid of it, but you have sovereignty over your body, over your actions, reminding yourself you have that sovereignty where you have the free will and you can have impact. She's like, no, what I saw was too big. And so I encourage you to go a little deeper with that to see how you can talk with her. I've got a meditation for that on my podcast about talking to past lives. But talking to her and letting her know this is an opportunity for you to grow beyond and to use your gifts and your talents to affect important change, to have a big impact. What else? Dark places, priesthood. Yeah. So yeah, and then also, your basic, make a list of what you would like to have. What do you want to have in a house or in a career? And use those as affirmations and stating them in a this is what I have right now.
Yeah. I'm feeling something involving.
Hey, Shelley, I'm sorry. Please, if you could hold on. Let's get you to find your hand. And Susy, were you finished?
I did my hand. Okay.
Sorry, Shelley, just hold on, please.
Yeah,
Susy,
I was just closing out. And so yeah, I'm good. So thanks.
Okay, great. So we've got Sally and then Cindy and then Donna and then Shelley, you can go. But Shelley, let's try to find your hand. It's under either reactions at the bottom of your screen or under more. And if your Zoom has not been updated, go to participants panel, and then it's under more in the participants panel.
So it says show subtitle, disable video receiving and about under more.
Click on more. Does it have reactions?
No, it only has those three things I told you about.
Okay, so click on participants on the bottom, on the left, it's towards the left side.
Okay.
Participants, and then look under more on the participants panel and see if you can find the hand. All right, great. So Sally, go ahead. Cindy, and then Donna, go ahead. Sally.
Laureli, I'm going to go after Cindy. If you don't mind.
Sure. Go ahead, Cindy.
Oh, it's a wild night, isn't it? All right. Okay. So Melissa, the first thing that I saw exactly was what Susy was talking about. You have some past life trauma that needs to be cleared. And so in that past life, and the reason I'm going to bring it up to you is so that the minute I bring it up to you and I tell you that you're no longer in that, clears the past life, okay, on a karmic level for you as a soul, all right? So what I saw was that you were a prisoner, more or less, in a family, and you were never encouraged, okay, to make your own decisions. But that's not this lifetime any longer, okay? All right. Another practice that I'm going to offer you is a shamanic practice where you stand in the middle of your room, okay? I know you have a virtual background right now, but if you were to stand up and face a direction and then ask the universe for something like this, I now call back all of me that I've ever loaned out in any past life, this present life, or any future lifetimes. And then you just sweep it towards you and then face the next direction. So you do it in all 4 directions and then breathe that back in and ground it. Ground. Because it's like you're disconnected. You're not quite grounding yourself on a regular basis. You know, Susy also recommended breath work. There's a technique in breath work that you can use, all of you listening can use. And when you do your inhale, then you turn your head to the left, inhale again till you can't inhale anymore, and then you turn your head to the right and you exhale out. And what you're doing there is you're exhaling any kind of trapped vibration on any of your organs inside your body. So when I looked at the cards for you, you know, you need to know what's, you're already knowing what surrender is like, okay? But there's an artist in you. Did you know that? Okay. And you're also a good speaker. Did you know that? You're muted.
I've recently learned to speak in front of people.
Okay, so tips on speaking. Number 1, engage the heart of everybody that you're speaking to. Number 2, educate them. And number 3, stir their soul. And when I look at you, you have so much intuitive ability. You know that, correct? Yeah. And so you also come through as a natural healer, not only for people, but for animals as well. Do you practice Reiki? You're muted.
I've had level 1 and 2 in attunement, but not really practice. I don't really have a space that I don't share. So,
you know, you can practice Reiki on a tree. You can practice Reiki on an animal. You don't have to have a practice where people actually come to you. You can do remote Reiki, okay? You're that powerful, all right? I want you to own the talents that you actually are bringing forth in this lifetime, you know? Yeah, you must have been a monk sometime where you had to keep quiet about what you could do, but not in this lifetime. Do you work with crystals yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you work with sacred geometry?
No.
I'm going to encourage you to start looking and focusing on the crystals that can form sacred geometry, okay? And start feeling those feelings with the crystals. Whoop, she disappeared. I
The
can't
kitty
hear
came
you.
in for dinner.
A kitty came in for dinner? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he comes through the window.
Okay. Oh, I love that. I love that image. Woohoo! What else comes through that window for you? Anyway, I just
He brings other cats home through the window, actually.
And there you go. We were just talking about doing Reiki for animals. So there's your answer. So you have lots of things to offer the world. Just step up and do it and don't be afraid. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks so much, Cindy. All right, go ahead, Sally.
Okay, sorry, my son was just about home and I knew it was going to be chaotic, so I didn't want to start talking.
Oh, that's great.
So I felt that you had a lot of loss in this life, but it could be a past life. But I felt loss in some things that happened maybe in your childhood, a little painful. If it wasn't your childhood, then it would have been your past life. That would make sense. There's a feeling that you don't feel like you deserve these things. There's a feeling that you don't feel like you're worthy in some way. I got this card that says, how teachable are you? And this card always makes me feel like it's somebody that wants it, but there's like some kind of a block there that they just can't embrace it. And with you, I feel like with the energy healing, it's hard for you because the healing that you're going to need is going to be very painful. That's what I'm feeling. Like you're going to really need to heal a lot of the pain that you have in order to progress with this. And it's like, in a way, you're kind of fighting that, or subconsciously, you're kind of blocking that off. And so it's all a matter of how badly you want it. And it's almost like, you know, the angel and the devil on one shoulder fighting you. One is telling you to do it and one is telling you not, and one's telling you to do it and one's telling you to not. But I really think that with the energy healing, I think you need to I know we're supposed to heal ourselves with that because I was taking that as well, but I think you need to work with a healer yourself and really get that all taken care of. And then I think things are going to be so different for you. But I think this is a lot of past trauma, whether it's stuff you're aware of or not. I think a lot of it's coming from the past. And then the Justice card. This talks about you getting what you deserve, right? But you don't think that you're worthy of it. This is you standing in your power and knowing what you're worth and knowing what you deserve, and then going and getting it. And that's what I have.
Thanks, Sally. All right. Go ahead, Donna, then Marya, then Shelley.
Hi, Melissa. So what happened was while you were talking right at the very beginning, a tall, thin lady came into me, and she was wearing like a calico dress, very simple with a big white collar, kind of like 1920s maybe. That kind of like Appalachia type dress. And she had her hands clasped in front of her, and she was looking at you. And what she said to me is she wanted you to know that she's asking you in your spirit self, not now, not who you are now, but in your spirit self, she wants you to remember soul-wise that you had many terrific past accomplishments, huge accomplishments. They were many and they were strong. And you do bring them forward within you, even though in this lifetime you may not see them consciously, but they are there and they are supporting you, and you have learned these many things in past lifetimes. But she's telling me that you chose this lifetime to try to make it more difficult for yourself, and not in the sense of defeating, but in the sense of allowing it to be a better learning environment for you. In other words, that the difficulties that you are facing are a way for you to blossom and allow your soul to grow, like a lotus blossom opening up. And so it's opportunity rather than holding you back. This lady says to tell you that she was very close to you in many lifetimes past. She's always with you constantly, and she supports you. She brings you protection and light. And she's just saying that please call her in when you would like to be further supported and shown more enlightenment in what you want to do. And the last thing I wanted to mention was what Cindy was mentioning about Reiki is, I don't know who your teacher was or whatever, but when I was taught Reiki, I was taught that one of the main things that you must do with Reiki is use Reiki on yourself daily if you can. And it's a time-consuming thing to do it on yourself. I mean, you just want to go like, I think I'll just do this part or that part, But if you go through the whole motion, and it takes an hour really to do it on yourself, but if you will force yourself to sit down during that time and be very calm and meditative, as you must be when you're doing Reiki, it will just totally energize you and give you a peace and a calm. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Donna. All right, Marya, and then Shelley.
Hi, Melissa. I don't know if this is literal or symbolic, but right away I saw you standing in a lab coat, a white lab coat with a clipboard. And then I saw like these possibilities for your career kind of flying around your head like this, like a swirl. And I heard that you need to do this healing work or the work that the others have talked about. And then this, what's out there in the ethers that's formed, but you need to be aware of it and draw it in, then that will be accessible to you. And the part about moving or changing where you live, I feel that also is a thing that will be tied to doing that work, and then that what's there in the ethers for you becoming a parent, and then that will become available and apparent to you also.
Thank you.
All right.
Well,
Thanks. Thanks, Marya. All right, Shelley, go ahead. And Shelley, could you move your camera so we can see your face? Tip it downwards a bit.
Oh, I can't see me at all.
Okay, great. Well, tip it down just a little bit more. Great.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I think we can see you now. Cool. Whoops, no,
Is
too
this
low.
good or
Tip it up
is
a
this
little.
good
Yeah.
or too low? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Thanks.
What I'm feeling is that you are in a time this year where you're doing a lot of soul searching. You are discovering your psychic and healing gifts. And I feel that you are, the right teachers are coming to you because it's a time of teaching. I see the Six of Cups in my mind's eye, which is in the tarot, a card that has to do with learning. So I feel that you do have, healing abilities. And that you are able to really feel energy. You're able to feel people's energy. You're able to sense people's energy, but that you do need some help with developing your healing in terms of being able to not only send healing energy to people, but when you're doing healing, you're kind of a channel for spirit to come through you, so that you're also able to start to pick up the information, read the inner body wisdom of the person that you're doing a session on, and picking up information. Because I feel that you don't have any trouble, with feeling energy. You are energy sensitive, and it's just that sometimes you're not sure what the information, that the healing information that is coming through. So you need to connect to your guides before you do a healing. Ask your guides to be with you in the healing session. And you need to just allow yourself to feel the information that's coming through. Don't try to analyze the information, but just be in touch with your feelings that is coming to you through that person. And I feel that, this would be a good time for you to perfect your healing skills by perhaps studying, taking a healing course. And that is good to do it, not privately, but with students, because then you practice on each other. Because you're able to sense energy, you just need help and being able to interpret what you're feeling.
Okay. So Melissa, yeah, is there anything else you wanted to share just with the messages people have given you?
So yeah, most of it I already know. And that's a lot of it is letting go of the control, because I don't have control of it. So that's really hard for me. It's been knowing that I can't, I'm not in control of this. So yeah.
Do the things that people shared help you feel like you have some routes for not feeling okay that you're not in control? Or
yes, and and I got some really good ideas, and everything that everyone said I already know. I already know that that I'm a natural healer, and I already know that I'm very intuitive, but it coming out and actually saying it, like, I've been here a long time. I've watched a lot of these panels. So it's speaking it, being it, doing it, getting it out there is the first step, but it is really scary.
And I know, I remember others may have shared this too, but I know Susy talked about past life trauma. I know also I'm queer, so I had to come out of the closet in that way. I also talk about coming out of the metaphysical closet. It's scary. And any of us that have connections back to like witches and witch trials and like it's life or death, and it's terrifying. So it's a lot to step through and to be willing to be seen in ways that aren't accepted by society. So I know we've all had to do, well, Susy, go ahead, jump in.
Accepting who you are is a process, whether it's through your gender expression, your sexuality, or even your spirituality. And I would bet that the practitioners on this, certainly many other practitioners that I know, and I know myself, I still have days when I'm like, am I really doing this, or is this legit? And I come to a panel like this and I get all this energy infused, and I am reassured that what I'm doing is right. I know we have those practice circles, and Laureli hosts the development circles. I don't know what we're calling them today, learning circles.
Okay.
So it's a safe environment in which you can explore those things. But being in these things, and I know I've seen your name here so many times, it's like this is an environment which will encourage you to accept who you are. That's part of that. It's not external validation, it's internal validation that helps you. And I do want to support, Cindy was talking about, no, Dr. Donna was talking about doing Reiki on yourself. That's going to help you a whole lot in healing things. But when you have that roadblock and or that question of really, is that what it is? Having people around you to support you through that is imperative also. But yeah, I don't think I can emphasize taking time to Reiki-fy yourself whenever you think of even water. Activate the Reiki in your hands, hold your water. Do that, practice it, get used to using it. And then it's going to come to a point where it's just like, okay, no problem, I can do this. And you can charge and program and shift yourself. It's a process, and you have a tremendous amount of support all around you, not only here in body, but in the spirit realm too. So hang in there. You can do it. We believe in you.
I need to do some better grounding because I get like part of the way there and then I give up, or my mind wanders, or I'm off doing something different. And then I carry that with me all day.
That sumo that I showed you in the beginning, that'll help with that. Right? It is a grounding pose. And just the different events we have now, and you may come to some of the other ones too. So we now have 2 separate events. We have learning circles for doing exercises with several practitioners. We have practice circles where you do readings and healings on each other. So that's totally a safe environment to get practice. You're doing it with each other in exchange. And then we also have the training panels where it's a panel like this, except that a couple of us help hold space to ground you and have newer practitioners or people opening to new modalities share. And it's a lower cost for people to ask questions. And several of you are answering, and we're backing everything up. So people will get value. And it's an opportunity to practice being on stage and in public. And yeah, there are lots of other ways that we can create things to support people too. And it's a journey, and it's getting confidence over time. And like, I think all of us, when we first got on these, learning how to just speak about what we do, we kind of like, and as we get practice, we get better and better. So it's really, and I think opening to one's intuition is practice and feedback and practice. And the days when we're nervous and we don't, we doubt ourselves, we don't do as well. And so like, then we get in the flow, and being around each other helps us all be more in flow.
Yeah, I don't like the baby steps. I want that like big miracle.
Well, I want to encourage you too. Priestess, the talent that I shared in the beginning, they see what's possible. They want to inspire and motivate people to stretch and reach for what's possible. Sometimes they shoot too high and they focus on what could be and not what's here right now. And it's being with what's here right now. So it's the think globally, act locally. So locally is like what's right here right now. So it's getting on the road on those small steps is what'll get you there. Susy, you're muted.
Yeah, I know. I was looking for it's another part of it is to look to see where you've been so you can compare it to where you are. And that will show you where your progress is. So coming out here and talking. Yeah. But being you're here, you're talking compared to where you were before, you've made tremendous progress. And congratulate yourself. And that does get into the worthiness thing. Come on, Melissa, you can do it.
That's one of the lessons of Priestess too. Go. celebrating progress, right? And not being hard on yourself and what's still there to go. And other people are asking about how you can get connected with these other events, and I will put them in the chat. And we do, I think, have time for one more reading, but we spend a little more time with you, Melissa. And this is just something that's so true for everyone that's opening to their gifts. So really wanted a chance to share about this. So thanks so much for being here and for asking. And
Thanks, everybody.
you are so welcome. All right, I will answer the questions in the chat shortly. Let me take you off spotlight and let's get on to the next question. The next one is Karina. Then we have Nadia, Alicia, and Cynthia. And we may have time for one more. And if we don't, we will refund you if you have already paid. True for anyone in line. All right, Karina, let's get you up here.
Hi, can you guys see me?
All right, we can see you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
We can't hear you all that well. If there's anything that we can do.
1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it was my speaker. Thank you so much for having me here. Actually, my question to all of you is that right now I'm in the process of opening up a new business in October, and I'm planning to keep my current job for 9 years, retired, and then become full-time owning my own business and really follow my passion. My question for you is, am I doing the right thing in opening up my business and doing this new adventure in my life?
And I know it's don't feed the medium, but I'm like, I want to know a little of what the business is that you want to do, but we can hold on. If they need to answer first, we can have them answer first, but then I want to know. It's up to all of you if you want to know. There's some wind noise, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty windy where I'm at. Let me see if I go to the stairs.
Do you all want to know or do you not want to know? Sounds like they want to know. Yeah, so what is this new business that you're?
I'm in school right now as a psychic healer, and then I'm enrolled also to develop my mediumship.
What'd you say, to do what?
Develop my mediumship.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I've been seeing spirits and have a lot of intuition, knowingness since I was a little girl, and finally like stepping forward into what I feel that I'm being called to.
It's great. You've already answered your question. It's going to be really easy. So yeah, who wants to? Yeah, so Shelley gets to go first, and then like it's going to be easy. Go ahead, Shelley.
I feel that you have been aware of your medium abilities and your other psychic gifts, because you're a medium. You're also an empathic, which means you pick up things on an emotional level. And I feel an energy healer. I see you going into energy healing because you can really pick up and read energy around people and pets. I think the education will be is good because it'll give you certification. I do feel that you will be opening a center. And I'm feeling this center kind of being opened up maybe before October. You know, I'm seeing something coming up in the next 2 or 3 months. I feel there's a location you're thinking now that you want to start the business, but in the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to be finding a better location. You know, and that the rent will be a little bit lower than the rent that you would have to pay for the location that you're thinking of starting your business now. So I think it's happening in the next 2 or 3 months. I see it someplace near water. Are you like any place near water? Are you near water?
Yes, I am. I'm close to the beach.
Oh, okay, because I feel that the location is going to be close to the beach, that there may even be some type of marina there, because I'm seeing a lot of restaurants, I'm seeing a lot of stores, I'm seeing the beach, and I'm seeing a street where there's going to be more visibility of the business. I feel that you need to be open and to finding this new place that I'm picking up for you psychically. You're going to be driving near the beach and you're going to see it in the next 2 or 3 months. And I feel you need to be open with, you know, and not try to be closed off and just focus on this one location, because the new location is better. You're going to do really well at the new location. I do see your abilities coming in stronger over the next 2 or 3 months. I also feel that you're going to be doing automatic writing. If that is something that you have not been taught yet, I feel that you do have a gift for automatic writing, and that when you start to do medium sessions with people, that it's not something it looks like you have to be taught. I think this is a gift that you're bringing in from a past life. And I'm seeing in your medium sessions that you're doing automatic writing, that you're going to be doing that. And I also feel you'll be working with pets, with the healing and reading. That is something else that is going to be developed, is the animal communication and animal healing. I feel once you complete this course, that you'll be finding somebody that is an animal communicator and healer that is local, that live near you, and that is going to be the next step, is that you're going to be doing animal communicating and healing. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, what you're studying with the psychic healing and medium, because you have so many more gifts that are going to be developed and coming through you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Great, Shelley. All right, we've got Sally, Cindy, and Marya. Go ahead, Sally.
Hi. So I feel like right now is a time for you to kind of just continue your studies and take things a little easy and slow, and really harness exactly what it is that you want to do, because I feel like I do see you kind of changing directions. Not completely, but I missed what you said in the beginning, but I feel like there's going to be like an opportunity that's going to come up, and it's going to be like, oh, wow, this is great. I want to do this. I like a studio with a lot of like maybe sound healing, meditation, incorporating that all together in your business. Okay. So like the energy healing, but I just see you running classes, running workshops, that kind of thing. And I don't know if it'll be right away even, but it's kind of like the mediumship and the psychic thing for you. I feel like it's not enough, right? It doesn't, I don't know, you need more for your soul or something. That's what I'm feeling. Cause I feel like you have the ability to heal people too. It's not just readings for you. Like there's so much more that's deeper. I also feel a younger male around you in spirit. I don't know if that makes any sense, or if maybe it's a past life type of thing, but I don't know. I feel like this young male energy, maybe it's not in spirit, but I feel like a younger male energy too. So maybe it's even working with younger kids or younger people. Yeah. Do you have children?
I do. My cousin passed away recently, like about 1.5 years ago.
Okay. And was he younger?
Yeah, he was my age.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He might be the one that's coming through. Yeah, I just feel like he would, the healing part of it, I think, is coming with him too. So I don't know if there's some issues there where he would have, worked with you with this, or maybe this is something he would have benefited from, but I keep feeling like he's pushing you towards this healing. And so I don't know if you were there to help him in healing some way, but I feel like he is telling you that you have this ability to heal people so strongly that it's just something that you need to be doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great, Sally. All right, Cindy, and then Marya.
Hi, Karina. Okay, so what I was picking up on is that do you have a book inside you that you want to write?
I do have a thought of writing a book.
Okay, so when I look at you and I look projected out into your future in terms of opportunities, it feels like you're going to integrate your growing up as a psychic and your own ability to recognize that you are psychic and help other children through the writing of this book to awaken their own intuitive gifts. And you're going to be doing this by practicing with younger people to begin with, all right? And you're going to teach them how to trust their intuition. And you're really a master, a teacher, and so I want you to just link into connecting with creator or source and your guardian angel. Use a little sacred geometry over the top of your head. Connect back into your past and kind of write your story. And sometimes, you know, as an author, I can tell you that what you think is the last chapter sometimes becomes the very first chapter in your book. And I just want you to know that you are super creative and stay positive. You're on the right track and you're
Thank
connecting with the souls that you're meant to connect with.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Cindy. All right, Marya, and then Donna.
Hi, Karina. I feel like there's a lineage of healers or mediums in your family, or at least connected with your ancestors in the past, and that you're carrying that on. And as you get started in getting out there and working with people, it's like lighting a match. It will spread quickly, word of mouth in a community. And I see you in front of groups, and I see you doing mediumship readings of groups in homes, in their homes, and also, you know, in settings that aren't necessarily homes, and in time bringing your healing even to groups of people, not just one-on-one sessions, but groups. And I see people feeling energy coming from you and being, you know, like impacted by that energy in a very positive way, but they're going to feel the energy, which is tremendous. And that's part of the spreading by word of mouth. They're going to feel this in you. They're going to feel something that they don't necessarily feel with other people. In the same way, in terms of the mediumship, they're going to feel something about you that's really going to draw them to your work. Yeah, that's what I have to say right now.
Thanks, Marya. All right, Donna, go ahead.
Hi, Karina. The thing that what everybody else has said is kind of hitting on what was coming to me, and what was coming to me was somebody mentioned about you using sound in your healing in your studio, and I was immediately shown drums, and and I was also told that you have the older energies, the ancient energies of the elders have come down through you. So I don't know if you have any tribal connections or not, but if you don't have any in this lifetime, you certainly had them in previous lifetimes. And that connection to the elders or the Star Nation is what is giving you that terrific energy that Maya was talking about, that people will recognize in you. It's a strength that comes not just from living in this lifetime, but has come down through many, many, many thousands of generations that have come through you. And you have had other members, previous generations that have been healers, and they stand behind you. They help you. They want you to use your own free will, but they are there if you will call them in for your support. So so that I just immediately saw the older energy, the ancient energies in you. And so that will attract many people to you, because it's a special, we all have our own energy healing abilities, but it's really special when you recognize it in a person like yourself that has come down through so many ancient generations. So I wish you good luck, and I know that you're going to be terrific.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier when you were sharing, but it was just so clear when you were sharing that you have so many gifts and so much to share that I'm like, you're just already answering the question that of course you're a practitioner. So that's why yeah.
Thank you, everybody. That everything that everybody mentioned makes a lot of sense. Yes, so thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I think
you.
the big thing is letting yourself take steps and do it. Not to think that you need to have so much training or so much confidence from someone or approval from anyone. It's really just to do it And I'm just personally a fan of doing it for free or a small price or whatever it is, so that that's not in the way of you being willing to give. And again, it's just doing it and getting into the experience so that it gets to be really easy and in flow for you. And then raise your prices as you feel more confident. And yeah, it's great. And it's sometimes people feel easier starting with strangers and sometimes with people they know. And it's to make it consciously a session, like just have permission from someone that you're going to work with them in whatever way, so that you're giving yourself the experience of I'm here, I'm doing this. All right,
Thank
Donna,
you.
you're welcome. Donna has more to share. Go ahead. Oh, Donna, you're muted.
I have one more thing to say about you starting your business and taking that step. There's an old saying, you can't cross a canyon in two steps, you know. You just take that giant leap to get across a canyon and do it. So don't be afraid. It'll work.
It's great. With the last person, we were saying take some smaller steps, not expect that it's the whole thing. And with the idea of getting started, that's a whole step. Just simply start. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, and remember, we got the training panels so that you can get started with support with some of our events too, if you'd like that. All right, Nadia is next. All right, Nadia, you are now in the spotlight.
Hello.
Hi, Nadia.
So my question is pretty easy. Last October, first of all, I always have awesome times when I come and ask questions. So last October, I had a really cool mediumship experience that kind of changed the way that I think about things. And my question here is just, what, if any, information can you give me from my guides, or that would be helpful to me right now?
So I have a question for you before we start answering.
Sure.
Have you asked your guides?
Yes, but I kind of don't understand the answer.
Okay, great. Have you asked them to share in a different way?
Yeah, then I got a notification for this event today.
Oh, okay, great. That's really interesting
here I
too.
am.
It's great. It's great. Great. I wonder too if there's something like trickster about your guides. Like this is pretty direct if they sent you here, but there just seems like there's something trickster. And yeah, I'm just so curious what these answers will be. Yeah. Sometimes we get like a little too literal of trying to understand it in too literal a way, and it's a much more like follow our intuition in the answer, like much more metaphoric and things like that. All right, Shelley and then Susy. Go ahead, Shelley. Oh, and Shelley, you lean forward when you talk, so if you could turn the camera down just a little bit more.
Turn the camera down.
Push it down just a little bit more. You get really close to the camera when you answer, and then we can't see you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Or sit back a little bit further. Yeah, either way. We want to be able to see you while you do it. Okay, great.
Nadia, I'm getting a lot of red. I'm getting a lot of yellow, and I'm getting a lot of purple in your aura. So it does feel that there are guides that you are connected to. I feel like at least 3 guides. And the purple has to do with the higher spiritual realm, you know, the higher spiritual dimension. And there's 3 guys there, one of them being the guardian angel Raphael, being your guide. And the other guide, I'm getting a feminine energy, and she's calling herself Mary. And the other guide I feel is Joshua, and Joshua in the Bible, he was a prophet. So you have these 3 guides on the higher spiritual planes that are coming through, that they are now, you're kind of in a place in your development, your spiritual development, where you're going to be picking up a lot of spiritual wisdom, because yellow is wisdom, that a lot of knowledge is going to be channeled through you. You're going to be channeling, doing what's called channel writing, where you just sit down, you connect to your guides, and they give you messages. You should practice with channel writing. That is the gift that they say that you're developing. And it seems like a lot of information is coming through, and it feels like it's going to start to be much more easier for you to have a connection with people that are wanting a medium reading. that you're going to be able to connect with other people, and you're going to be able to start getting medium information for other people, not just for yourself. So that seems to be the path you're on. Blue's coming through, which is intuition. So your abilities seem to be more, are going to be over the next 3 to 5 months, more highly developed. And it would be good for you if you're not doing meditation. It would be very good for you to perhaps get into a meditation group, or find someone that has like a spirit channeling circle. I feel that you're going to find someone, a meditation group, but there's also, looks like this meditation group is like also a spirit channeling circle. I think you're finding it on Meetup, because I see you around a circle and everybody is reading for each other. So that would be really good for you to be in that kind of a medium circle where you could practice reading for other people and getting information. I didn't feel that you needed to study, because I felt you're already a medium and you already have the knowledge. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you. I just joined one, so I appreciate that.
Oh, you just joined a medium circle?
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
good.
I haven't started yet, so I'll let you know how it goes.
I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go really well. I think the person that is conducting the service, conducting the circle, that she has been a medium since an early age, and it feels like there's a lot of collective. It's a collective group. There's a lot of. I feel the energy is really good. I feel the energy of the group is strong, and that everybody is has gifts.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Great. Thanks, Shelley. All right. We've got
You're
Susy,
welcome.
Marya, Sally, and Cindy. Go ahead, Susy.
Hey, Nadia. When Shelley started talking about automatic writing, I saw a lot of the energy coming from your hands. So the energy is definitely coming there, whether it's, healing. There's also light language. I'm learning that. And it's not just through the voice and saying things, but you can send energy out through your hands, which is what you learn through Reiki too. And anybody can do it with that intention. But you're able to manipulate energy that way, manipulate not in that devious way, but in a way to where you can help people shift their energy. Whether, now they're showing me, somebody laying out on like a table, and you can sit there and do your hand meka leka hi meka honey ho sort of thing, and shift energy to help people move and remove blockages. One other thing guides are saying, I'm also seeing Archangel Michael with you, but then Michael's behind everybody because he's just that kind of guy. Raphael is about healing, and he and Michael and Raphael are pretty much buds in the way I've worked with them. But oh man, removing judgment. Don't worry about what you're doing. As you do it, let it flow. And that can be a challenge because you're in the middle of it, and then your head steps in and goes, oh, what am I doing? Work towards getting that out of the way. So automatic writing is an excellent way just to write and write and write. And then if you manage to, just say, okay, let me tap in. You've got galactics with you too. Arcturians. Sure. Yeah, they're saying, yeah, sure. We're Arcturians. Yeah, we'll be what we need to. And also you can tell I've been working with Galactic Ashleys because I was about to say the cetacean group. So whales and the orcas have got an ancient wisdom to them that goes beyond on Earth. It goes beyond into universal truths. But connecting with those, with the elements, particularly water, will help you to access emotional histories for yourself and for others around you. And that's part of the energy I see you shifting with your hands. Removing judgment, that's going to be the fastest way to develop, is when you can just let it go. And if you need to set it aside for a bit and then read it again, that's cool. But if you want to look at it, just don't sit there and go, I'm nuts. But no, you're not nuts. We all have these abilities and gifts. So it's time that you can give yourself that space in which to develop them. Thanks.
Thanks, Susie. All right, we've got Marya, Sally, Cindy, and Donna.
Hi, Nadia. Well, what I got right away was that it seemed funny to me because they did send you here to see how it's done. And then it was encourage you to attend a practice circle. And you're already doing that, but you might want to actually consider doing more than one circle. I think you'd enjoy it. And yeah, I think that's part of the reason, you know, to look into one of the learning circles that Laureli has available.
All right, great. All right, thanks, Marya.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Sally, Cindy, and Donna. Go ahead, Sally.
Okay, so what I got for you is I think there's a little fear with this. It's almost like you either don't believe you're hearing your guides, or you don't believe that this is really happening, or you're not sure that it's happening, or you don't maybe even want it to happen. And, you know, or in the beginning you might have been like, whoa, I don't want this to happen. But the cards that I pulled and the way that I'm feeling is that you do have this power. You just have to listen to what they're saying to you. And I know sometimes it doesn't make sense, but that's okay, because like someone else said, that it brought you here. They're going to show you signs. They're going to show you, you know, we don't always hear exactly what they say. Some people just haven't developed that yet, where they can have a conversation with the guides and know exactly what they're talking, but they'll show you in signs. They'll show you with other people. They'll show you with dreams, feelings. Okay. So we have to like embrace it all, right? I have a feeling that a lot of this has come from you either experiencing some, like I think Susie had said, and I had said, like my dad passing. It feels like something like that has happened to you, where it's like, this is kind of thrown at you. So you have to just take time to process it. The most important thing with mediumship, I've taken a lot of classes personally, and I sit in a lot of circles, but the most important thing is it's a journey. Okay. It is not something that you just have to do overnight. Right. And I would encourage you to kind of sit in the power too. You might want to learn about that if you haven't heard about that yet already. Just kind of try to feel comfortable with this whole process. Give yourself the time you need to feel comfortable with the whole process, and let spirit be your guide. Let spirit be your teacher. You know, a lot of the mediums out there, they have too many rules. You're gonna find your people. You're gonna realize that some people have too many rules. Some people don't believe in this. You have to figure out what works for you, right? And you have to listen to spirit and let them tell you what exactly it is that you are supposed to be doing, because there's so many different aspects to mediumship. And I just think you should go around and around and around and try to find your, you know what I mean, the people that work the best for you. And don't worry about your spirit guides, because I mean, that'll happen eventually, you know. Just go with your feeling and follow your intuition, and that's going to lead you exactly where you need to go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Hey,
Sally.
Nadia.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, so I looked at kind of all different things for you, because I figured, you know what, let's give it to her. All right, so here we go. First thing that I picked up was that you need to avoid eating particularly rice. Do you eat rice now?
No, I eat a really restrictive diet, and I just started doing that a couple months ago, and I
Good.
feel much better.
Right. And I'm glad that you picked up that you actually had been ingesting a lot of allergens that
Yep.
were creating inflammation on a cellular level for you. And in a past life, and I'm sure you already know this, you were an old-time spiritualist. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do. I know that I was an old-time spiritualist, and I also know I was a horrible individual directly before that. So I know both.
Okay, and so as you step forward into a modern medium, okay, that you are, okay, I see you writing a book about those past lives.
Yep.
Past lives of a medium, and bringing it forward. And that actually is going to bring you a lot of money.
It's
Okay.
called Smart Human, and I'm 3/4 of the way through.
Good. All right. Just like Susy has talked about, and Shelley too, you are protected by your angels, and Archangel Michael in particular is watching over you. And I do recommend that you continue your studies on your own. Now let's switch to getting a little more personal for you. All right. Are you in relationship?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Do you think that this person is your soulmate?
Well, I think because you told me before, about a year ago, that this is someone that I've known for a really long time and is important to my learning.
Okay, because I'm going to encourage you, and here we are, to call in your soulmate now, okay? And let go of your ex, all right? Any thoughts about older relationships that you might be comparing to what you think you want in a soulmate? I want you to co-create with your higher spirit and your love guides, okay? And just call that soulmate to you, because that soulmate's right there. That person is not very far. They're coming into your sphere of helping you. Yes, yes. And of course, the biggest lesson of all is to love yourself first.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm happy that you are doing as well as you are. Welcome back to the world of mediumship and to the star mediumship that you will be leading.
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Donna, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
This is really odd. I have no idea why this came through, but the very first thing that I heard and saw was topaz, the crystal. I don't know if that means anything to you at all, but I was told that it would be helpful for you energy-wise if you would just put it in your lap or in your hand while you're meditating. I don't advocate anything about, I don't know anything about topaz doing that, but I'm just told that. The other thing in conjunction with what other people were talking about is, I was told that that when you meditate, that it would be very helpful for you to write down immediately what you get.
Yeah.
And the reason is that two things. One is that by writing it down, you actually capture the flavor of the words. You know how sometimes you get a message and then you think, oh yeah, I know what they said, but it's not the same as the beautiful flowing energy words that they use. So if you can write it down as they're saying it to you, it's a beautiful thing to keep. And,
I literally just had that conversation with someone. I said, I woke up in the middle of the night and I knew I needed to write this down. But then I said, nah, I will remember this. I'm thinking about it right now. Not a biggie. Went back to sleep, woke up and remembered that I thought that, but hadn't written it down.
Well, I've got a message and I think, oh, I'll remember that. I remember, and you walk away and 5 minutes later, you know, I've lost the actual flavor. Okay, so the other thing which Susy can help me with, what is your saying, Susy, about weight? About what you're getting and thinking about it? How do you always say it? Wait, let me.
Oh, my t-shirt. Wait, don't rush me. I'm waiting till the last minute. Is that it? Don't rush me. I'm waiting till the last minute.
The one, don't let me overthink this.
Oh, yeah, that's the other one is, wait, let me overthink this.
Yeah, so always the very first thing that comes to you. Now, as far as not understanding it, Laureli said, did you ask? Okay. And sometimes you get another answer and you go, what? And then, so you ask about that again. And so you just keep, and one of the things you can always say is, why am I being shown this at this time? Okay. And when I'm working with my animals, it's hilarious. Sometimes I'll get something. I'm like, what? You know, what does this mean? Why are you showing me this? But it turns out that it's very pertinent. But at the time, it's so way out in left field, but I just take and go with it, and then it develops later. Then the other thing that it was so funny about the writing and things, I was showing you sitting at a table, and in front of you were maybe like 3 to 5, I would call them like scribes, and they were all standing there with these big stone tablets, and they were like waiting and wanting, I mean, wishing you to take that information that they have in their tablets. They want to give it to you. They want you to take it. They want you to write it down. They're telling you that, how did they, they're holding the ancient energy knowledge for you. So not only is it the knowledge, but they said that it will bring you, now this is their word, it will bring you surety, surety, that is the belief in yourself. And I'm turning my notes around because I was writing that belief in yourself while doing your mediumship work or reading or doing energy transfers from the all through you to heal people around you, that surety will allow you to be a very strong, true, and honest and loving healer and medium. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Great, great. And I know I've got one more small thing to share, but Cindy needs to share something first. Oh, you're muted.
I just want to say that I'm so grateful to have shared with all of the participants here. And I encourage you, if you're on Clubhouse, to come into the Grow Your Intuition Club that I host. And that's on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And we actually go through all kinds of ways to develop your intuition. And I have a second club called Animal Communicators. And tomorrow at 4 o'clock, we are actually going to be learning from a friend of mine, pet massage. And Clubhouse is an all audio app. So it gives you, as a practitioner, if you're an introvert, the opportunity to express yourself and come out onto a live stage, but people are not seeing you. They are hearing you and they're listening to you. And the entire world is at your fingertips. And you can find your tribe, you can find support, you can find branding, you can find using social media and confidence in connecting with others. And that's really what it's all about. I'm Cindy, and I thank you, and good night.
Share your contact info so people on the video, when they watch again, they can find you. Yeah, Cindy has to leave early, so
yes.
Go ahead.
You can find me by my name, cindymcgonagle.com, also psychicpalmistcindy.com. And I'm on YouTube as well, Instagram, and of course, my beloved, right here with the different panelists, either on an animal panel or in a mediumship panel. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Cindy. And for those of you that are practitioners or becoming practitioners, Cindy's been teaching us how to use Clubhouse. We have our second training on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and you can find that in the Facebook, the MeWe Fairs page Facebook listing of events. Thanks, Cindy, for being here with us tonight. All right, and let's see, Nadia, just the thing I wanted to share is I suspect that you, like me, you have the talent that's called warrior. It's about efficiency, effectiveness, grounding, practicality. Does that make sense to you too?
Yep, and you told me that before.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, forget it. All the people I've read. But so the thing is that you've got like a grounded, like go for it, just like dive in and like kind of wrestle and just like go for it, kind of like it's just like, yeah, you don't hold back and just whoosh. And so just know that you don't have to be like delicate and gentle like so many other people that do this work. They have a much more sensitive approach. Like their just energy is just more subtle, and it's okay. We just do it the way we do it. So yeah, you find the people that resonate with you.
Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much for your question. Take care. All right. Next we have Alicia up here. Where are you? Got to get your video on and then I can spotlight you. I see you here. Let's see. Let's go find where you are and get your video on. All right.
Oh, can you see me? It's a little bit dark.
Yeah, we've got you though. Go ahead. What is your question?
Hello, everyone. I've been here before for a different reason in terms of a different question, but right now I'm reaching a point in time in terms of my career, that I'm questioning things a lot in terms of finding a new job. I've been in the same job for about 7 years now, and because of my degree and growth, I need to find something new. And I'm just very nervous about that, not knowing how to go about it. But for some reason, something is telling me I should work with kids in trauma. I've never worked with children in trauma, or don't even know how to go that route, but I just want to know if that's the route I should go, because I don't even know where that message is coming through. Like, I don't even know where that came from. That's what I feel that I should be doing somehow. And I continue to hear it and I can't get away from that. So anything that you get in terms of career, it's, anything. Thank you.
That's great. You're welcome. Great question. And while no hands are up, I'll share. So one of your talents is called priest or priestess. It's about inspiration, vision, passion, motivation, seeing not only where things are, where people are, wanting to help uplift them to grow, right? Stretch and reach their potential. And it's like such a great opportunity to make a big difference with kids. You've also got scholar. It's about absorbing information to build knowledge, pulling it together to map, to build knowledge and share knowledge. So priest, priestess, and scholar together make great teachers. All kinds of modalities that are like that. And so I would encourage you that it's I don't know, you have history in your background, or maybe siblings, or you saw other friends, you saw other people go through things. I just feel like you have some personal experience that's not quite as direct. And so you have a passion and a caring, and you have a really natural way of being with people. I'd encourage you to potentially like go an alternative route. You don't have to go back to school. If you have other skills, you have other just different kinds of trainings, work with different teachers. You can work with all kinds of people. Like I teach all kinds of things. Study with a number of somatic psychotherapists. You can work with them directly as well. And there are all kinds of ways that you can work with parents and kids and families, and just alternative ways. And you can just get on the ground to do stuff really quickly. I just give you that as an example. Yeah.
So just to be more, so I'm a social worker. So
Great.
But I work with adults, and I've always worked with adults. So I don't know, I'm like a little bit scared to work with children, but it's something that it's like calling me, but I don't even know how to go about it.
It's great. Yeah. So I would work on,
just want to make sure.
Right. You're looking at switching jobs. So you totally could switch into something like that. Or there's some other, there's just, you don't have to work in the all kinds of legal structure of how things are set up. You can work with other people where your background totally would cover you, and you can work with other people that already work with kids. There are all kinds of, I have just so many things, occupational therapists that work with kids, and people that do brain gym with kids, and like all these things that are super helpful for kids that have trauma. So like lots of just personal resources I can give you. All right. So we've got Shelley, Sally, and Marya. Go ahead, Shelley. Unmute first.
Alicia, I feel that you're kind of going to be going into the direction of teaching or counseling. I feel as a social worker, you'll be working with kids that perhaps have been in abusive situations. You'll be working with the families, and you'll be working with the children. And it's mostly, I feel, emotional or physical trauma, the type of children that you're going to be working with, and the families, that they're children that I feel perhaps have had some kind of abuse. I do see you working as a social worker, but it feels like maybe within the next year or two that you are going to go into the direction of more counseling. And the teaching comes in with your work with parents, with the children with trauma, that you're kind of helping to teach the parents to be better parents, and to be able, that there'll be some classes for the parents of these abused children, and that you might be teaching them parental skills in order to deal with the children. They'll be learning parental skills. But it seems like a year or two. I don't see you staying in social work long term, maybe another year or two. It seems like you're going to be going into the more of a direction of becoming a counselor and a therapist. Is that something you've thought about doing?
That's something I can do within social work, yes.
Oh, okay. So that's good. So you'll probably start off doing it within social work, doing the counseling, teaching the parents, helping the parents, and teaching and counseling. I felt that you would be doing, but I actually see that sometime in two years that you may that you're going to make a decision whether or not to stay with social work or to make a shift and use your experience as a therapist and counselor, which means you would be getting a degree. But that's not coming up for 1 or 2 years. But eventually, you may be making this shift into therapy where you're going to be getting a degree and be working more as a child therapist. So that's what I'm picking up for you.
Great. Thanks, Shelley. All right, Sally, Marya, and Sally and Marya. Go ahead, Sally.
Okay, hi. So before you even said kids, I felt very strongly kids. So I think that's the right direction. And I got the moon and the high priestess. And both of these cards talk about using your intuition. And then I got the 10 of wands. So it was kind of like confirmation about kids that were overwhelmed or kids that were having some kind of trauma. I feel very strongly like a community service center or some kind of, I don't know if you would be like a social worker in the state, but more like in a community center. I even feel like you kind of running this community center. I'm not really sure, like maybe that's what she was saying about you branching out and doing something different. Do you do any of this kind of stuff, like metaphysical type of stuff at all?
At the beginning of it. So yes, I think
kind of feel like you incorporating that with kids as well. Like this, it's going to be more of like a holistic type of thing than just social work. Okay. I just feel like protection, kind of getting them to ground, that kind of stuff, working with them like holistically is what I just keep hearing. And look at, I got this card that has, it almost looks like little kids are on it, right? So it's like confirmation of like, and it says respect, survival, liberation, and freedom. Like you're going to teach them how to do these things, right? You're going to teach them how to, liberate themselves and overcome this and grow from this and heal in a different way than they've ever experienced before. And opening them up to this is just like something that you can kind of use as an extra thing. I also feel, do you have a younger female around you that has passed, or do you have someone that was close to you that passed away?
She's always around me. It's my niece. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cause I have a very strong feeling of a younger female. You were very close to her?
Not physically, but yeah. So, and after she passed, I feel she's always around.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I feel, like this bond between the two of you too, like a very strong bond. So I don't know if it's after she's passed or while she was still here. I feel like it's something that she would encourage you to do, because I'm feeling like maybe it would have even helped her, or she can understand the struggles. She might have come from that same kind of trauma, youth or whatever. And I feel like she's saying this would honor her in a really awesome way if you could do this. So that's, and she's of course sending her love, and that's just what I have.
Thank you. She's one of the reasons why I think I want to do this. Thank you.
Okay, then that's just confirmation that's your intuition. That's, your confirmation of you need to listen to yourself. All right, thank you.
Great. All right. Marya, then Donna, then Susy, then
Hi,
Shelley.
Alicia. I also picked up on the younger female, and that she would be able to help you center in on how you can go about this. And I also feel that there's someone that's embodied that is close to your age, perhaps, that you work with, or someone that will be a good resource for you to start getting into this. And it is someone and perhaps your niece is connecting you with her, or going to make it possible for you to, get that information from this person who has some good ideas and help you center in and focus in on this idea of working with children.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Marya. All right, Donna.
Hi. I feel like I'm parroting Sally because as she was talking, I have everything written down that she said, but I'll repeat. Okay, so this is what came through. Immediately, I got community, the word community. And then following that was the word connections. So she said community center, and that was what I was seeing in my head, but I got the word community. And I had that the healing will come with community connections for each child. And then I was told that there'd be a number of teens and adults to bring to each child in this community, and they will bring to the child trust, laughter, binding, growing into self-responsibility, and empathy for others. So pretty much what Sally said right down the line. So that's all I've got, but I just thought it was cool that we that she said first what I had written down. I should have just put my hand up and said, wait, let me go first. But anyway, I hope that helps, dear. And good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Susie.
So sometimes when they're so simpatico like this, I feel like, yeah, what they said, but it is, and it's that way for you too. The niece I see is just tugging on your sleeve, just going, see, they're telling you, you get to hear it and you get to do it. So you are, in fact, and I'm going to restate it, you're going to be bringing families together and helping them heal, which is a tremendous service to communities, not only in that block or in that neighborhood, but at large. So yeah, what they said. And good luck. And you've got all kinds of support behind you.
Thank
Thanks.
Great, great. And I just want to roll back to the idea of going back to school, not going back to school. If you want to do the work in a way that requires some other sort of certification, go ahead. But like, you already have a lot of expertise, you have a lot of natural capacity with people, you have a lot of intuition. There may be no reason why you need to go back to school, even to work in those settings. What you have may be fine. My experience is that people in particular that have the scholar talent is they get scared thinking that they need more certification. They need some outer confirmation that they're ready. And really their big opportunity is to leap in. Scholars learn best when they step into the mess and they don't know what's going on. They get in there and they know it so richly. And that's how they really powerfully discover their own knowing and their learning, and they contribute the most. So that's why, to me, taking a step and getting some experience can be the most powerful thing, really. And it's faster and it'll be in service sooner. It depends what you want to do and what's required in your field. And there are often so many ways you can contribute without the formal training. All my training and all this work, everything, I have nothing from academia. I was a molecular biologist. So like, and I spent like, I've been working with people now for like 12, 13 years. So yeah, lots of us, we didn't go to academia to learn this. There's not that many schools to teach this stuff too. So anyway, I do all kinds of deeper work with people. All right. Anything else you want to share with the panel just before we end your question?
Thank you so much for your time. I mean, I think I do question myself a lot in terms of like the messages I get. So I just been feeling very strongly about working with children and just feeling off like I've never done this. So I get anxious like stepping into something. So thank you.
And you can always just volunteer for things or do like internships or part-time job, or you don't have to make a complete leap all of a sudden. Like there are all kinds of ways of dabbling, or smaller steps in.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, we have Cynthia. Cynthia, you are up next. I just need to have your photo or your image up here with your camera on so I can spotlight you. Cynthia Rodrigue, is that right? Are you still here? Is it not quite your real name? There's another Cynthia here. Cynthia. All right, if you are not here, okay. Cynthia Moore, I don't think it's you. All right, well, Cynthia that paid, if you're not, well, if you're here, we'll come back to you shortly. It looks like Pauline, you are next. I know you're sending me photos. Okay, Pauline, are you ready to go? I see you. Pauline. Pauline, are you ready to go? We text you. Pauline. Hey, Pauline. I know you're here. Yeah, so we've got time for the 1 or 2 more questions. So we will get these in if people are here. Okay, I'm going to call her. Thanks everyone for your patience while we're getting our next question up in line. Great. Okay, I'm sending you an ask to unmute right now. Are you on a phone? I can hear you. Are you on a? You're not. We can't hear you on Zoom yet, though. I know. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to give you the ask to start video and ask to unmute again. So let's see if that works. All right. See you there soon. Bye. She should be coming. Whoops. I think she
Okay,
got it.
now I'm done.
All right. Let's spotlight you.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So I guess I've sort of heard some of the people answering about the gifts that people have. That's what I'm really interested in. I don't need a medium reading. So if anybody, and I know one of the persons left already that had answered some of that, but I don't know if anybody else has any idea of, because I'm actually not a practitioner right this minute, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be or what I'm really supposed to do. So
you want to know what are your gifts? What's your purpose? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I used to do healing, but then I realized I needed to heal me, and I'm still working on me, and I'm always going to be working on me. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be out there to work on other people.
Well, and I say we all work on ourselves while we're doing our work. So it doesn't have to end at all. I mean,
but I'm too empathic and I pick up too much stuff and I don't know how to let go. So I'm not thinking of being a healer. I'm hoping that's not what people are going to tell me. But if that's what they're going to tell me, then I'm just going to listen to what I'm supposed to listen to.
it sounds a little funny, but I think we got that. All right. Well, Marya's got something, and I know you've been sending me photos so I can see your eyes. Thanks so much. So I'll get to mine too. Marya, go ahead.
Hi, Pauline. Right away, I got angel energy, and I feel that you have the ability to bring through angel energy. And it's very good because it's a very high vibration and will help you as an empath not to be pulled down. And you'll be able to bring that energy through and work with the angels. I just get that very strongly.
Okay, great, Marya. Thanks.
Also, I just thought of the animals. If any animals are going to be in my, if I'm going to do healing work, will I have animals to assist me?
So I can say a little bit from looking in your eyes in the photos. So I've mentioned before that I thought you had server. I definitely think that you have server. So server talent is about love, intimacy, and honor of all life. They connect with people, animals, all of nature. If people haven't been safe at some point too, they particularly connect with animals. Like animals, just there's so much more safety, and they show up authentically, right? They can't help it. Like that's just what animals do and are. And I think that someone somewhere back there had hurt you too. There's a little bit of some blocks around your heart. You're really careful with your heart. Does that make sense?
Well, when it comes to animals, I have a lot of blockages about that. So I have fears that I know of in this lifetime, but there must be more because I don't really have that big of a connection to animals. I like looking at them, but I don't really like touching them, taking care of them. But I can see how other people love them. I don't know if I can ever do that. I'm not sure why. Maybe I have some, I don't know what past life.
It's interesting. The stuff that I pick up of the harm that was done to you was done more by people. I wonder if this life or a past life that the people used animals for it. It doesn't feel like it's the animals directly to me. It just seems that what comes up for me is it continues to be around people. But you and I want to get to other people, and I can come back. There's I think that it would support you to get really clear about directly and powerfully expressing your anger, distinguishing between anger and aggression. Anger is fierce and it's clear, and aggression is so some of the lessons of server is they can feel resentful. They tend to give too much, and then when someone else asks for something else, there's a sharpness with which they go back at people. And I just think that there's something like that that's got mixed up for you, is that you can say no, but you say no in a harsh way, and getting really clear with your fire, just powerful, your own fire. And it has to do with healing some of the old things, even if you don't know what it is, but just to very much like, no, just no. And I'm not even getting it quite clear enough here, but it's just no. And being really fierce and clear in that about your energy going backwards too. I feel like it'll open up a new softness, and it'll help take away some of the fear that you felt. That's just part of the block with this. I'll come back and I'll say more. Let's have other people go too. I know Sally's got something. Go ahead, Sally.
Okay, I was getting a lot of the same stuff that you got, because I got the soulmate card, the pride card, sexual arts, and sadness. So again, it could be some like hurt that you had in past life, like some hurt, like past trauma. If not, this is gonna maybe be where you need to focus your energy for people who maybe have like been sexually abused, people with sadness. But the soulmate card definitely makes me feel like even relationships, it's either you need to figure out what your blocks are, like Laureli was saying, within all these things. The sexual arts is like also is a card of like us kind of embracing it's like making ourselves feel like comfortable in our own skin, feeling sexy, or kind of like letting loose, maybe that's something that you need to do. Maybe you're not very comfortable with yourself or comfortable in your own skin, and it's telling you to kind of get out of that shell and really embrace that. But I also just feel like maybe you need to be working with some women that have maybe gone through this kind of stuff. If it's not something that relates to you personally, I think that this is what's telling you, this is what you need to be doing, working with people with like traumatic relationships, maybe sexual abuse, sadness, that kind of stuff. I don't know if any of that makes any sense to you, but that's just the messages I'm getting with the card.
Great. I'm getting more ideas too, and I'm going to write them down while Susie goes. Oh no, what do you want to say, Pauline? Go ahead. Did you want to say something?
No. She has something right, because I did have past life information from Shelley actually, and so I do know I have a lot of sexual abuse possibly in my past lives, and yes, in relationships I gave myself sexually and expecting a lot more from the person than they gave me, and they used the sex and it didn't help me get the love that I wanted. So yes, I sort of abused myself using sex, and trying to get men to love me by giving them the sex they wanted, and I got nothing back. So yes, she's very dramatic. What you said about, I really read everything, but I'm reading the caption, so I'm getting that. Yeah, what she's been saying, yes, it's pretty accurate.
Okay, great. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to write some things down, and Susie's got something to share. Go ahead, Susie.
Hey, Pauline. When Sally mentioned working with women, I saw you in the center of a circle of women who were working on healing with you, whether it's an embodied experience. There are lots of women circles, women of wisdom around, but there were also, you've got spirit guides around you, like the Marys, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, and not Kuan Yin so much, but there is Gaia, and you've got a really strong Celtic one. Gaia is very strong, but there's another strong, it's not the Boudica, but it's somebody who is softer, and they are standing around you at the cardinal points. So east, south, west, and north, and they are massaging the energy around you to help you release the fear and and they're releasing the fear, and it working to show you what trust is, to trust yourself and to trust your abilities and trust that you can heal. There are a lot of times people throw out questions of like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And they're so caught up in seeing if they are complete or if they are totally healed or whatever, that they are missing what's going around them or actually blocking it. So taking time to sit with the feeling of, project yourself to a point in time where you have the possibility to be healed, to be your ideal self, and talk to her, see what she is, getting impressions about what is the ideal Pauline, what is the healed Pauline like. And you could even ask her, what did you do? How long did it take you? And then you can integrate that energy back into yourself. Because there are so many questions flying around you. It's okay to take a break and just be in that energy of what it's like to be healed, how you see healing as being. That's what I'm getting.
Great advice. I love it. Just to be an experience and feel it rather than think about it constantly. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great. Great. I can't remember, which city do you live in?
Me? I live in New York.
Oh, you're in New York. Okay. Yeah. Do you cook at all? Do you cook?
Yeah, well, but I'm not a good cook, but I hopefully will get creative. The creative juices will come out, and because my mother never let me cook, so I never really loved the idea of cooking. And even if I did, I actually prefer being raw because then I don't have to cook.
Well, the reason why I ask is because I just keep getting like plants and herbalism and witches and spells and like I totally coming up with witchcraft stuff for me with you, and I don't know quite why. But so
right now, that's funny. I am avoiding it. I've been avoiding it my whole life.
It's a little hard to hear you. You've been what your whole life?
Those gifts because I think I was burned with a stake or something like that. I don't really look into that. I sort of like,
it's really hard to hear. It's not coming through, but I did hear you say something about maybe burned at the stake. So I'm assuming past life, that's what you're wondering is in the past. Yeah, so I think so. Yeah, so I just didn't know if anyone ended up picks up anything else like that, but that's what's something for me. Oh, yeah, I just feel like there's something about fierceness. It's fierceness for healing you, but it also maybe is helping other people find the fierceness and the trust of themselves and feeling the fire that comes through them. So let's see, I really can't hear you. I'm going to try to call you and let's put you on speaker. But Donna, I know Donna has something she wants to share. Let me see if.
Hi, Pauline. I wasn't picking up too much on your guides or anything like that, except that I was told that when you mentioned that you are empathic and you pick up things, I was told that instead of looking at that as a burden or something that's negative, that you were given that gift so that you would be able to use that as a tool to help others. That is to be able to understand others, to ask others, so it's not that you not that you're empathic and just taking on the emotions of other people, but that the thrust of it is that you need to realize that that is a powerful tool for you to help others heal. Okay, so if you can kind of twist that around and take it from being a negative for yourself and draining, it's not. It's a tool that you can use positively to help those around you by your intuitive understanding of them. Okay, in love and light. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
We're having such a hard time hearing you. Does your phone work better if you take it off speaker and you just speak into the phone where we can't see you?
I'm not on you. It hung up. The phone hung up. I'm on the Zoom again.
I know you're on Zoom. I just didn't know that was going to work.
Yeah,
We can do it.
Actually more confusing. Yeah, I can hear you guys perfectly again, but you can't hear me, obviously.
Okay, it's a little bit better right now. Yeah. So in your eyes, and because I appreciate that you send me all these photos. So I think server is your first talent. That's the one that's about love, honor, just love, honor, and faith, humility. It's really about trusting all life and seeing the goodness in life. And servers can be the most angry, and they can feel so hurt. Their hearts are so open and they can feel so hurt. And and I think you also have priest, priestess, which I've mentioned earlier today. It's about seeing what's possible and wanting to inspire and motivate others to stretch and reach for what's possible. I think it's your third talent, and it can be very strong opinions about some things sometimes, not all the time, but about, this is right, this is what it should be. So I think that you really feel it when people are doing things that are wrong and unjust, and others are being hurt, and people aren't honoring themselves, and you feel it really deeply, right? And you really want to leap out and do something about it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
It just seems like your whole life is like a stand for people honoring themselves, and for those that are not honoring of others, that somehow it's just like, to me, it's like a breathing fire of like pushing them back. I know practically.
I haven't spoken up for people, but I have been wanting to, and I think that's what this shift in energies is making me, to stand up for others and to have them stand up for themselves, actually, not me stand up for them, have them
Right.
stand up for themselves.
That's right. It's teaching people to fish, not giving them food. Right. They're teaching people to stand up for themselves. Yes. And it's really feeling the fire in you, letting the fire flow. Sorry, is there something else you wanted to say?
Oh, no, I said, I feel like that's the dragon, that the energy that came through me, and I feel that's what's you're feeling, the fire coming. I know my spider sign, but before the dragons came to me, nobody else mentioned that ever.
Yeah, dragon energy coming through. Yeah, so Susy has a dragon behind her, and Cindy earlier had a dragon behind her too. Yes. Yes. So surrounding yourself with dragon energy might be really supportive. Susy, go ahead if you want to say something.
Dragons can be very protective, but they also ask you to require, they're not really demanding, but they are that kind of being who says you need to take responsibility for yourself and for your own growth. So working through these blockages with dragon helping you is going to help you. It's not like they're going to lay waste your emotional landscape, because dragons don't do that. That's what the movies show. But dragons, they don't fool around. They're not unicorns. They're not, sorry, I just offended the unicorn collective, but they're not all glossy and glittery and stuff like that. But they are, if you're willing to work with this, if you want to work with this, you need to commit to it. So taking that time, giving your mind a break from asking the questions and saying, okay, what do I need to do? And then do it. And that's how dragons are most effective, or are most useful, that's their wheelhouse, is helping you get her done. So yeah, that's
Yep.
what I got for them.
That's great. That's great. All right, Pauline. Sorry, can you say that again?
I said, no, thank you very much. I'm glad she explained, because I really don't know what to do with the dragon energy. Honestly, I didn't know. So I'm glad she sort of explained it, that it's not a genie or something magic. I wanted that I just use them for anything. That's interesting to know. Thank you.
You're
The
very
best way to
welcome.
work with them is just to call them in and spend time with them. So yeah, you can do it. They're not, yeah, you can do it. You've got that fire.
Great. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. So we never found Cynthia. Is Cynthia here? The Cynthia that signed up for a reading. I think she signed up for a reading at this panel, but maybe it was for another one that's coming up and I got it on the wrong one. I will see if I will try to check. All right. Well, let's see. We've got about 14 minutes left before we complete. Just if anyone has any general questions about mediumship, this would be a great time for us to answer anything like that. If anyone has just any general questions like mediumship and how it works, or tips for opening to your mediumship abilities, or any of those kinds of things. Maybe, or anyone on the panel, if you want to speak to anything like that, maybe, and I can just say from, like, Donna was willing to come to one of these panels. We encouraged her and she just sat here, and what do you know? She had things to say she didn't know. So putting yourself around a group of mediums where mediumship questions are being asked, that's one way to find your abilities. Anyone have anything else they want to share about that?
Yeah, I will. I find that people elevate their guides to such a put them up on such a pedestal, and like, I know when I first started working with dragons, I was just like, oh, you're so fabulous, you're so marvelous, and they're just like, just do this. We have things to do, and you're wasting time. Guides, yeah, guides, just ask them for help. And I kind of came that way into mediumship. Is like, my dad passed and I'm like, Dad, you got some explaining to do. And yeah, we had our arguments, and they're still human in some form. They don't automatically sprout angel wings and have this higher level of they understand a lot more, but it's more, I feel, about what happened to them in body. And they can give you some explanations. And I have been able to sort out so much with my dad and now my father-in-law about stuff. He's still kind of got his back turned on me, but there's just a whole lot of information you can gain from these, and asking. That's, for me, that's the easiest way to do it. So I encourage everybody to go in and just talk, find out what you need to know. Thanks.
Great.
I just wanted to make a little comment about mediumship with animals. I tend to think that they're kind of a lot easier than people that have crossed over, because they're so full of joy and funniness and remembrances, and they just, they have no anger, they have no guilt, they just want their guardians to remember them in a happy way. And they're really angelic in their ability to heal, even from the other side. So I guess I have an easier path when I talk to my little ones that have crossed over than some of you have with relatives that have passed.
That's right. And I should say, yeah, it was mediumship with humans that you didn't know that you could so easily do until you came to the panels.
Yeah, right. That shocked me more than anybody else in this panel. I was like, what, who, me? I can do this.
And I'd say probably mediumship with people that aren't our relatives is going to be easier than our relatives. Like, we have a lot of emotional connection, but from, yeah, just like relative stuff, like just so much other stuff can get in the way of that and being clear.
Absolutely.
Great. All right. Well, practitioners, let's go through and introduce ourselves again, and let's be sure to say your contact info so that everyone watching the video later has a chance to connect with us. And maybe I'll say just some of our upcoming events before we do that. This Friday, June 11 at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we have a panel on making possibilities into reality. On Saturday, June 12th, we have 2 events. At 10 a.m., we have a panel on wellness, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. And I understand that it's Global Wellness Day. And then later in the afternoon at 4 p.m., we have a practice circle for opening and expanding your gifts. We have an astrologer, an Akashic Records reader, and a Moon Witch card reader, something like that, and myself. And then Sunday, June 13, we have a panel on crystal skulls and channeling. Next week, Wednesday, the 16th, we have a panel on Shine Your Light for Solstice. Amazingly, solstice is almost here already. And we've got lots more events. If you go to the same place where you got onto the web, I got into Zoom for tonight. If you go to joinmeweonline.com and just scroll down that page, you'll see tons of our upcoming events. That's one place to go look. All right, well, let's see. So Shelley, Marya, Sally, Donna, Susy. So go ahead and introduce yourself again and your modalities and how people can get in touch with you. Unmute yourself, please. Sorry, let's unmute.
Hi, this is Psychic Shelley Hofberg, and I am a tarot reader, clairvoyant. I'm also a medium and pet psychic. I've been doing that since age 7, and I can read the aura and your chakras. And I am available for psychic readings. Just go to my website, psychicshellyhofberg.com, and read about my psychic gifts. I also do past lives. And you could also call me at 562-726-1712.
Go ahead, Marya.
Hi, I'm Marya OMalley. I'm a spiritual psychic medium and a mentor, and I mentor people in the intuitive arts. I help people develop their gifts, explore, and even work with some people who are already professionals and working in the field that just would like to get some feedback or bounce some ideas off. And I do readings. I do psychic readings. I do mediumship readings, and I can be found on the web at maryaomalley.com. And my email is connect@maryaomalley.com, and that's MaryaOMalley.com. And I look forward to hearing from anyone. I do have a discount for MeWe Fair special, and I'll put the link to that in the chat. So you can just click on that and see what times are available.
That's great. Thank you, Marya. I think I didn't get your special in the notes. So yeah, that's great.
And I apologize for being late.
Oh, it's okay. Glad you made it. Really glad you made it. All right, go ahead, Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally with Sally Spiritual Guidance. I'm a psychic, intuitive, tarot, and oracle card reader, as well as a psychic medium. I am on Facebook as Sally Spiritual Guidance, Instagram as Sally Spiritual Guidance, and my Etsy shop is Sally Spirit Shop. My link tree should be listed with all of my different sites on there. I offer 20% off to anyone that's on the panel. You just have to use the code panel20 for my Etsy shop. I do a variety of different readings. I do a combination of mediumship and cards, just mediumship or just cards, because I know that not everyone wants to, do both. Some people don't want to do mediumship. Some people don't want to do cards, somewhat both. So I offer all of that combined. The one thing I did want to say about mediumship readings is I think it's important to not have any expectations at all. A lot of people come in and they want to hear from this one person. And if you don't mention that person, they close off. When you close off your energy and you don't open yourself up to the reading, you're just doing yourself a disservice, because you don't know what messages are going to come through, and that person might not come through right away, but they might come through later on in the reading. So don't go in with any expectations. Set an intention of who you want to come through. But if they don't come through, just give it a little time and relax and open up to the reading, and you'll just get so much more out of it. And thank you for coming.
That's great. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Sally. All right, Donna, and then Susy.
I'm Donna Sauer. I'm an animal energy communicator and an energy healer. I'm also a medium for animals that have crossed over. I love being with the animals, helping their guardians understand what's going on with the animal, being a mediator between animals in a family that are not getting along, doing healing and helping the guardians understand their spiritual path with the animal that they have in their life. So you can reach me at dr.dlsauer@gmail.com, or my phone number is in the information, and I have a website also listed in there. So I hope that you were able to be helped this evening and feel really, really happy.
Oh, Donna, if you didn't say say one thing online or how people can contact you, so send the video.
Oh, the easiest way is just my email, dr.dlsauer@gmail.com. My website is, I always forget it.
I've got it right here. It's drdonnaac.com.
Right, thank you.
drdonnaac.com.
I always forget it's a period in there or not. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And by the way, you've got animals in the background. We can tell. They're chatting.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my Doxy, and he wants up because he can't get in the couch by himself because he's too long. That's him.
Hi. Thank you. Sweet. All right, Susy.
Oh, where was we? Okay, I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing and Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. I'm a channel, an energy healer, medium, past life guider. You know, we do all kinds of things. Whatever is needed in any, in any session, we'll do it. We can dive deep. And my website is bluelightninghealing.com. Best way to get a hold of me right now is Susy at bluelightninghealing.com. That's SUSY at bluelightninghealing.com. My discount for the MeWe fairs is $75 for 30 minutes and $120 for an hour. And that's 20% off my regular price. I do so love being a part of these events, and I hope everybody has as much enjoyment as it is I do. So thanks so much. We'll see you all next time.
Great. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I look forward to exploring your purpose, career path choices, relationships, matchmaking, hiring, any kinds of questions you have. I love helping you be you in the world and creating scenarios or making choices of what scenarios to be in that empower you to be you and express the best of your gifts, whatever you are, whoever you are. And you can find out more about all of our events at mewefairs.com. That's MEWEFAIRS.com, or just go to jointhefair.com or joinmeweonline.com and scroll down to look at our online events. We have in-person events coming soon, fall 2021 and winter and spring of 2022. I'm excited everything's opening back up again, and we will continue to meet you online all around the world. Thanks so much for being with us. Great.